Welcome back, all the homies. Eric here. Today we have a very special episode. Not really. It's moderately special. Today we are. Where's the entrance again? Here. I think we haven't done the third boss, right? Today, I mentioned a couple of episodes ago. It was really popular on the casual Nintendo subreddit. I think. It's this kind of shitty little. It's this kind of shitty little template where you put games in different categories, and it's called About You video games. And we got favorite game ever, favorite series, best soundtrack, favorite protagonist, favorite villain, best story, and so on. I have it open on a second monitor. I'm just gonna talk a little bit about what I would pick on it. And you can comment down below what you think. Don't these look like nail clippings? I think I've said that before. Anyway, my favorite game of all time is Majora's Mask. It's a bit of an odd pick for me, actually, because you know, it's kind of janky and stiff in the gameplay department, and usually gameplay and game feel is the most important thing for me. But somehow Majora's Mask just does it for me anyway, you know? The atmosphere is just that good, and yeah, I think so. I think Majora's Mask is my favorite. Also, the how much accidental symbolism ended up in the game. It really feels like not even stream of consciousness, stream of unconsciousness. Honestly, it's so interesting. It's just so interesting how much you can divine from the structure of the game and what happens in it, and how the different characters act around Link. It's just so interesting to me. It's never stopped being fascinating to me. There are several. It's not that hard of a game to beat if you've played games before, but there are a bunch of challenges you can do that make it really, really hard, actually. And it tests a skill that usually isn't important in games, which is your ability to plan. And how many games do you have to do that? Not a lot, honestly. But you do in Majora's Mask. You can play it without planning, but it's gonna take a lot longer. You're gonna have to do a lot more trips. So you have this sort of soft optimization to it. It's not just your numbers being bigger, you know. It's come on, Knight. It's also how much time you have to spend on things, or how many attempts you have to do, I guess. Yeah, but you can of course try to beat Majora's Mask in a single time loop, in a single 3-day cycle, which I've done. That was really fun. You can also try to do sort of a perfect cycle, where you complete all the side quests, help everyone defeat all the bosses in a single cycle, which I've also done, and both of these were really fun to do. They were really, really fun. They required a lot of planning and a lot of trial and error, trying to get things to work. It really felt almost like a heist. I had to plan this. I have to come up with this master plan and then perfectly execute it to get the outcome I wanted. And you don't really get that in a lot of games. You really don't. I think that's quite special. And yeah. Now I talked a lot about that. It's not like that's the reason Majora's Mask is my favorite game, but it's all sort of just adds up, you know. At the end of the day, I can't think of any game I would rather say is my favorite of all time. And because of that, Majora's Mask is my GOAT forever. So, so that's that one. What's my favorite series of all time? And it's big surprise, everyone, is probably Zelda. It's not like Zelda is way ahead of everything else. There are a bunch of other series I really like too, but I think when it comes down to it, Zelda #1, baby. Best soundtrack, I haven't picked anything. I don't really know how to choose this. There are different. When it comes to actually listening to, I don't know if you pick a game here or a series or whatever. But when it comes to actually listening to stuff outside of the game, then it's probably the vocal tracks from Sonic the Hedgehog or Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance. And mostly because I listen to those at the gym, so I have a lot of listens on those. But when it comes to like favorite in the game, I guess, I don't know which soundtrack like does the most for its game in the game. I think it might be difficult to beat Ace Attorney. You know? Whoa. I don't think Ace Attorney has the best soundtrack, but I do think it uses it better than like pretty much anything else. So maybe that's my pick here. Maybe it is. Maybe special shout out to Secret of Mana for being a shitty game with an awesome soundtrack. Oh, Matrix chicken! But they stopped with the fire. Blue versus blue, baby. You can't destroy me, Iron Knuckle. Let's see. What's my favorite protagonist? I don't know, and I don't really care. I very rarely care about the protagonist in a video game. Actually, I do have a pick. I think it might be Roxas, Kingdom Hearts 2. And yeah, that's I think Roxas's section in Kingdom Hearts 2 in the opening, I think that's my favorite part of any Kingdom Hearts game. Not that I've played a lot of them, I've only played 1 and 2. But it's so good, and it's one of those, like I said, I usually don't care much about protagonists, but I really cared about Roxas. I thought his story was really touching, was really good. I liked playing as him, you know? I felt invested in this little angry story of wanting to be a real boy. The Pinocchio of the early 2000s. Was my favorite villain? I have no idea. There are a bunch of them I like. There are a bunch of them I don't like or don't care for. I don't have any strong opinions on this, honestly. Which is, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to say about that. Maybe Bowser. Maybe Bowser's my favorite villain. He's like, mostly because of his characterization in the RPG games, you know? Bowser is like the coolest loser of all time. You know what I mean? He has such an attitude, he's so awesome, and he's such a fucking dickhead who just can't stop taking L's at the same time. It's so great. I love him. I absolutely love him. He would be... he would absolutely... I think I mentioned this in an episode before. You know that friend you have who's kind of the best, but also kind of the worst? That would be Bowser. That's Bowser, dude. If you're friends with Bowser, he's kind of the best, but also kind of the worst. And I love him. So yeah, Bowser's my favorite villain. Let's do best story. And for me, there's a clear winner. There's one game that is like an entire tier above everything else, and that's Ghost Trick Phantom Detective. I think this is the best story in any game of all time. I don't think it's close. I don't think anything else can even touch it. Ghost Trick just wins. If you haven't played it, go do that. Don't look anything up. It's definitely a game that you will enjoy more if you don't know as much about it, I think. And Ghost Trick isn't like... just one fairy? Alright, whatever. Ghost Trick is one of these games, it doesn't do any like bullshit meta stuff. Like, I feel like when Undertale came out, or you know, games like Metal Gear and later Undertale, they get a lot of like free points essentially by doing meta stuff with their stories, which isn't super common. It was very uncommon when Metal Gear came out, Metal Gear Solid 2 specifically. It's a secret to everybody. And it wasn't super common at the time when Undertale came out, so I feel like they get a lot of free points just because of the novelty of it. But Ghost Trick is it's just a straight story. There's no meta bullshit. It's just the game. Like, the game is the game, you know? And the story is the story. And it's just really good. Yeah, it's just really good. I think it shows quite well how strong storytelling in games can be if it's given focus. That's what I think. It was made by the same people that made Ace Attorney, and the style is somewhat similar, but it's definitely not... It doesn't feel like an Ace Attorney game, but you can tell it's made by the same people, if that makes sense. Fire, heal, protect, Enigma. Fire, heal, protect, Enigmatio. Let's go. We're gonna go fight the wizard. We're gonna fight the second fight before the first fight because we're awesome. I think we have to leave a chicken form so we can reflect. This is fucking bullshit, man. I hate this. Hoverbat, you're an evil son of a bitch. You know that? You can't just put it on a half tile and then also change it so you can't block it. That's bullshit, man. I won't accept this. I'm a real boy. You can't defeat me. Okay, let's beat this guy. Yeah, so Ghost Trick's my favorite sword in a game. If you played it, if you know, you know. If you played it, it's your favorite as well. I think. I think it should be. Man, this guy's tanky. This bitch is tanky. Oh shit. Oh shit. Okay, that's not very threatening. Because no fire appeared in the middle. Which is where you want to stand anyway. Okay, okay, awesome. Come on, teleport into your own stuff, bitch, 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 bitch. We got the power amulet bracelet, necklace, I mean, now we got magic regen, that's awesome. It's kind of embarrassing how long it took me to realize that this makes you regen. Anyway, I'm gonna continue with this like shit little template. The next one is have not played but want to play, and I think number one for me right now is Elden Ring. No, probably Dark Souls 3. I'm gonna play Dark Souls 3 first. I might actually play that on this channel. I think that could be interesting. Never played it, seems really good. Never played 2, but everyone says it sucks, so I'm planning to skip it. Maybe play it later if I really like the third game. But yeah, currently no plans to play Dark Souls 2 ever. But we might do Dark Souls 3 on this channel, so stay tuned for that, everybody. I don't think we'll do Elden Ring, it's too long, so yeah. Next category is you love, but everyone else hates it. I have a really hard time picking something for this. I don't think a lot of people hate games in general. Or maybe dislike is better, right? For example, I might say Zelda 2, right? This game isn't super popular, but I love it. It's one of my favorites. But I don't think people really hate this game. They just don't really vibe with it as much as other Zeldas. But yeah, maybe it's Zelda 2. Maybe that's the best pick here. Because I freaking love this game, dude. It's awesome. Like I said, one of my favorites. Next one is you hate, but everyone loves it. This one is a little spicy, I think. For me, it's probably Minecraft. I just don't... I don't know, I just don't get it, I guess. I just don't enjoy Minecraft. I played it when it first came out. When you could first purchase it. Not the, like, closed versions or whatever. And for about 10 hours, it was really exciting. And after that, it started getting less enjoyable for me, and it never started getting more enjoyable again. It just got worse and worse. Yeah, for me it's a game that was really fun for about 10 hours, but it's a game you're meant to play like forever, and it just fell off for me. It fell off really hard, and I don't really like Minecraft. It's pretty boring to me. I generally don't like first-person games either. It's just really hard for me to navigate and tell what's going on when I'm forced into a first-person perspective. That's a problem with me, not a problem with the game, but this is a game that I dislike, right? I'm not saying it's bad, I'm just saying I don't like it. I don't like playing it. So yeah, take that, Minecraft stans. My favorite ending to any game is not Ghost Trick, even though Ghost Trick has an excellent ending. I think a special shout-out is warranted for Live a Live, or Live Alive, Live Alive, Live a Live. You know the game. It's another one of those. I don't want to say anything about it because it's so good. I think you owe it to yourself to experience the ending of Live a Live without knowing what the ending is gonna be. To me, it's the best of all time. It elevates the game from from like upper mid-tier RPG on the Super Nintendo to one of the all-time greats. One of the for me, the ending is so good that it makes Live a Live one of the top 3 RPGs on the Super Nintendo. Before then, it's like mid-tier. It's like it's all right. It has a pretty interesting battle system. The stories it tells are like pretty good, but nothing really groundbreaking. And then the ending comes around, and it's like, wow. This is one of the this is one of very few Super Nintendo games that are actually worth playing today for the story. You know, there are a lot of really good Super Nintendo games that are worth playing, but like almost none of them are worth. We gotta make it with the dance step, but almost none of them have a story that like adds anything to the game, right? You got like RPGs that people say are extremely good, like Seiken Densetsu 3, Trials of Mana, but man, the story in that game doesn't do shit for me, man. It's so basic. It's just, oh, there's an evil dude, go kill him. Oh, here are 8 elemental evil dudes, go kill those. Like that's the story. There's a little bit more to it than that, but it's so basic, doesn't do anything for you. And then you have absolute master strokes like Live a Live, and people don't even play them. And they barely even heard of them. Go play Live a Live, don't look anything up, it's so good. Then report back. Comment down below, how good was the ending to Live a Live? But don't spoil for anyone, I will actually delete your comment if you do. So yeah, that's my favorite ending to any game. Favorite boss fight? It's gonna be Pure Vessel from Hollow Knight. I don't think it's like fuck. I don't think that fight stands alone as like the only fight of that caliber ever or anything. But it's my personal favorite. It's really fun. It gets more fun the better you get at it. Like when you first encounter him, you think this has got to be impossible, right? There's no way you can beat this. But you can beat him very consistently. There's some RNG to the fight, of course, but mostly stuff you can react to. I think there's this super rare bug where he teleports on top of you and you just get hit. There's nothing you can do about it, but super rare. Doesn't impact my experience very much. It's my favorite fight. He has an awesome music going. Awesome musical track going. Fucking damn it. My childhood game, I've actually cheated and picked 2 for this. It's gotta be Super Mario World and The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. Those are the games of my childhood, for sure. Supposedly, I played Super Mario World since I was 3 years old. I don't even remember it, but my parents tell me that's what happened, and I do believe them. I think I beat it the first time when I was like 5, and I beat Ganon in Link to the Past when I was 6. And I have a lot of fond memories of A Link to the Past when I was a kid. I used to call my older cousin on the phone, on the like landline, you know, because we didn't have cell phones back then. They existed, but most people didn't have them. And I would be like, how do you do like this or that in Zelda? I remember when I got to blind. So I was a little kid, right? I was just I didn't have any obligations. I was like 5. So I didn't, it's not like I had any responsibilities. I could just sit at home and like play Zelda during the day. And I got to blind, the 4th boss in the Dark World. You know, the like ghost guy with the red demon head, and you hit him and then his head comes flying off, and then he has more heads and they shoot fire at you. I was that boss and I couldn't beat him. And I called my cousin, I was like, how do you beat this boss? How many heads does he have? I remember, I very clearly remember asking how many heads he has. What else? Oh yeah, I remember getting to the like Dark World village in A Link to the Past, and there's this guy who looks like he looks like an NPC that sells you stuff in other places, but he's actually a thief, so he runs into you and steals your shit. And I was so upset. I ran out. I ran up from the basement where we had the Super Nintendo, and I found my dad, and I was like, there was a guy in Zelda who looked like a normal dude, and then he stole my shit. I was really mad. Like, my dad's gonna do anything about it. And my dear old father took that opportunity that was given to him to teach me a life lesson. He was like, son, how does a thief look? I was like, what do you mean? And he said, you can't really tell whether someone is a thief or not based on how they look. And I was like, oh shit, that's right. And that's how I learned that. Yeah, those are my two like childhoodest of games. I replayed both of them as an adult. Obviously, I spend a lot of time with Super Mario World since I'm making Extra Mario World, and that started out as a hack, even though it's homebrew now. Oh shit! I don't want to die. Nope. We're not gonna fall to the wizard. We are gonna win, Mr. Karok. I think that's your name. Karoko. Why does the health bar do that? Whatever. Relaxing game, I don't know, maybe Stardew Valley was really relaxing at the start, then I got bored of it. I don't really like relaxing games. I don't like relaxing when I play games. I wanna feel my blood flowing, you know? Stressful game, don't really know. Maybe Amnesia the Dark Descent. I don't really like horror games, but that's one I've played. It was really stressful. Game I always come back to. Oh shit, we're on time. I haven't... You know, we're gonna continue this little thing. Is this even interesting? I don't know, but now I want to finish it. So we're gonna cut to the episode here, fellas, and I'll do the last 3 categories then. Next time, I mean. I've been Eric for Fortnite, and I will be signing out. Leave a like if you like this video. Comment if you have anything to say. Like, do you have any opinions on the categories of games I talked about? If so, leave that in the comments down below. Subscribe if you're a fan, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye, bozos.